Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise. Hello everyone and welcome to Bikes, Buddies and more. Over the last few years, BBM has built up an enviable collection of bikes. And for the love of two wheels, we always love to share this experience with you. So join us as we welcome the newest member in the BBM stable, the Ducati Multistrada 1260 Enduro. So go ahead and enjoy. From the humble X-Pulse or the popular Himalayan to the apex predators like the BMW GS or, case in point, the Multistrada 1260 Enduro. The adventure tourer segment is on a roll. It's doing exactly what the SUVs are doing to four wheels. And it's understandable, isn't it? If you had to get one bike which can do so much more, well, who wouldn't want it? And the good thing is the fact that you can get this piece of action for any budget you choose, from as low as 100cc to as high as 1260 Enduro. But before we get on with the ride, here are a few things you should definitely know about this beast. First things first is the looks department. This is one hell of an imposing machine. Now, understandably so, this is the apex predator in the adventure tourer segment. This comes with a 1200cc engine which produces over 160 horses. Now, this is one sports bike, true to Ducati's nature, which thinks it can go anywhere. Once you come to terms with the looks, you can flip your leg across the relatively high 860mm saddle. And then you'll immediately be surprised how ergonomically friendly this bike is. It is, quite honestly, spot on. Now, if there's something which really takes the party home, it's the skyhook, which the Ducati calls the fully electronic and adjustable suspension setup, which is easy and delightful. Once you get a move on, you realize how much engineering has actually gone into this bike. Narrow spaces, tight corners, you're never really struggling with this almost 300 kg bike. It's simply natural, instinctive, and a delight to use around town. Now, the next thing you'll notice is that this is a very torquey motor. The twin configuration engine, true to Ducati standards, is really high on torque, feels really energetic to drive through the rev range, low down and on the mid range. But yes, it definitely lacks the refinement which a Tiger or a Versys brings to the table. The next thing you notice is that you're screaming and smiling inside the helmet. This bike, after around 4000 RPM, transforms itself into some sort of a manic sports bike, and it is cool. Oh yes, even with Abhishek out there on the Rocket GT, Multistrada was never short of power. Once you're on the move, the color TFT display and the switchgear work perfectly well. You can conveniently flip between the modes while on the move. Another very cool and extremely useful feature is the skyhook. While again accessed through a single flick of a switch on the handlebar, you can conveniently move between preset load settings. For instance, a passenger, additional panniers, or a rider alone. And all of this actually makes a difference to the suspension settings. This is really useful. Now, another cool feature on a bike of this stature is that you're going to stay at expressway speeds literally all day. So you'll really appreciate the cruise control, which can be easily accessed through the switches, switchgear on the handlebar, and very easy to set, reset, edit, and gets disengaged very intuitively every time you touch the brakes. So in summary, how is the Ducati 1260 Enduro in town and in between towns? We're happy to report that barring minor vibrations at low speeds, this is probably the best ATV money can buy. Having said that, this outgoing flagship of the Multistrada range retailed at about 21 odd lakh rupees and was typically in a niche of its own. But there is a silver lining. This outgoing model is being replaced by the Multistrada V4, which I'm sure is going to be a few lakhs more. And look at it this way, and suddenly it makes a lot of sense. So if you can find one nearest Ducati showroom, go pick it up. If you can't, look out for a used Multistrada, and you can buy that too and save a cool few lakh rupees. While the maintenance of Ducati could be a little expensive, but the folks at Ducati will ensure that sales and service quality is as delightful as their machines. Stay tuned to our channel because very soon we're going to take you and the Multistrada where it belongs, off the beaten path and in the trails. It's happy hunting ground. Until then, ride hard, ride safe, ride responsibly with bikes, buddies, and more.